going on, Jerome's? Your Minnesota Vikings, as well as the Philadelphia Eagles, notched their second, practice of the week, headed into Thursday Night Football showdown, where the Vikings season saver, the flavor that you savor. And yeah, we'll talk about this in a little bit. But again, the Eagles did not look overly impressive week one. They're going to be down a number of defensive starters. Triple team Jalen Carter one time. But so the dirty secret about Thursday Night Football is that teams can't really practice ahead of time, especially you're playing on Sundays, and then you got 3 days, and for the road team, you're traveling one of those days to get up to speed. So there's a lot of walkthroughs if there is practice at all. The Vikings didn't officially practice on Monday or Tuesday. They did have a walkthrough on Tuesday. I'm sure that they'll get something light in on Wednesday before traveling in the afternoon to Philadelphia to get settled for Thursday night's game. But that's really it, and that's the whole thing. Where people complain about the sloppiness of Thursday Night Football. This is exactly it. There's not enough time to put in a proper game plan. There's not enough time to recover from the car crash and the injuries that you have. So it's rough. It is really rough. But the Vikings headed into it. The main issue is Garrett Bradbury and his back issue. Now, there are reports that the back issue is similar to the one that he had, which cost him games last year, and the fact that he was listed as DNP on Monday and Tuesday, not a good sign. And the thing about Kevin O'Connell and company is that they are very forthright when it comes to the injury report. Some teams aren't always that way. Sometimes it's a little cloak and dagger, but the Vikings have been very good and upfront in terms of reporting. So I don't think that Bradbury is going to go on Thursday evening. So that means that Austin Schlutman will be in there against Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis and Fletcher Cox, which I said bring it on. I said bring it on at this point. Then Christian Darrisaw still limited with that ankle injury. Now, he did get it taped up and was good to go the rest of the Buccaneers game. And obviously be better to have him out there than Oli Udoh. Marcus Davenport, who tweaked his ankle last Thursday in practice, and we're still waiting on his Vikings debut. There are reports that he had it heavily taped and was limping headed into the walkthrough today by, I believe that was Andrew Kramer of the Strib. So we'll see. It would be nice to have that extra pass rusher, but again, we'll see. For the Eagles, so the Eagles are pretty dinged up coming out of week one, the Patriots game. So Reed Blankenship, who had just won the starting safety job, the 2022 UDFA out of Middle Tennessee State, DNP'd for both of those days. They also had a walkthrough today. So he DNP'd both those days with the ribs. There's 3 separate rib injuries with Philly. It's weird. James Bradbury did not practice again. He is currently in concussion protocol. Had a concussion late in the Eagles game. 2022 UDFA Josh Jobe stepped in at the end of the game against the Patriots, and it doesn't look like Bradbury is going to clear. So this game was, we're heading into this game with 2 Bradburys, and now we may be Bradbury-less for the Thursday night game. Kenneth Gainwell, who clearly was the Eagles running back week one, DNP 2 days in a row with a rib injury, and he did have 18 touches for 74 yards week one, and then the rest of those carries will be divvied up between DeAndre Swift, the former Lion, Boston Scott, who feels like he's been in Philly for 10 years. And then also Rashad Penny, who they signed in the offseason from Seattle. Nakobe Dean was going to miss with that foot injury, placed on injured reserve. The player who stepped in for him in the New England game was Christian Ellis, former 2021 Vikings UDFA out of Idaho. And they also signed former first-round pick, former Tennessee Titans veteran linebacker Rashaan Evans, so he could be called up from the practice squad on Thursday. Fletcher Cox. So, I mean, Fletcher Cox is like 97,000 years old, but he still does in the middle, man. Again, another rib injury. DNP'd on Monday, limited on Tuesday. Probably means the veteran is going to go. So, even if he does play, maybe he'll be dinged up a little bit, but also the Eagles still have Jalen Carter, who's making a splash. I love people that are like, oh, Jalen Carter's really good. Jalen Carter would have been the #1 overall pick if the Bears didn't trade out and if Jalen Carter didn't have his off-the-field stuff. So I don't know, man. And also Jordan Davis is in the middle. So, I mean, the Vikings could be facing that Eagles ferocious interior defensive line rush without Garrett Bradbury, although, is that a plus? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, man. But that's it. That is the Vikings-Eagles second injury report. Tomorrow will be another mini walkthrough, and then we'll get injury designations from the teams ahead of the Thursday showdown. So keep up alive, man. Keep Skull alive. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull, production value.